Working with families who were torn apart by accidents they say should have been prevented. Contact 5's Jared Worksman joins us now with a look at some of the issues contributing to that death toll. Jared.
Kelly, we found 13 families in our area that have lost a loved one since 2013. Some of the on-the-job accidents so disturbing the families remain traumatized simply by the thought of them. They say the federal agency charged with preventing these tragedies failed them.
You just don't expect, your husband not to come home.
He was terrified, and that haunts me.
OSHA is struggling to get their men out to these job sites.
Something has to be done.
May 23rd, 2013. Examiner is at the board trying to figure out what caused a contractor to die inside the hull of a barge where he was working.
I kissed him goodbye that morning at 5:30.
The last time Mary Rivenberg would ever kiss her husband, Russell.
He was this big bear of a man with a huge heart.
Russell headed out for his job with Shoreline Foundation, dredging at the port of Palm Beach. Russell's assignment that morning, go into this porthole to inspect the hull of the barge.
There was no stickers on the hatches, no warnings, no meters to test air quality.
He had no way to know a chemical reaction consumed most of the air. Russell suffocated within seconds.
I said I'm not leaving until I see him. I saw the hearse. They opened the door and I climbed in and I just laid there with him for a little bit. Until they told me, you gotta go.
The Occupational Safety and Health Administration cited Shoreline for failing to ventilate the hull or measure the air quality before sending Russell in. The fine, $18,900. So the fine's not large enough.
I think it's the employers just don't care.
Condell Eastman is the director of OSHA's Fort Lauderdale office.
What we have is some employers who just see that as part of the operating cost.
But many fines go unpaid. In the 13 fatal accidents examined by Contact 5, OSHA issued more than $73,000 in fines. Less than half have been paid. All the while, those businesses continue to operate.
Presumably, yes.
Central Florida Equipment Rentals is one of them, still fighting fines issued after a deadly accident last year.
He was a traditional dad. He took care of his family. He worked very hard. He was very dedicated.
Francis Ilian's father, Clarence, was driving this massive bulldozer when it slid into a pond.
You were trying to get the door open, and he was screaming for them to help him. His colleagues watched the cab slowly fill with water and drown my dad. The reason I'm here with you today is because I want to protect someone else's family member.
Additional resources would help. OSHA has about one job safety inspector for every 66,000 job sites across the country. How many inspectors do you have in this office?
We have 22 compliance officers.
22 inspectors to cover 10 counties from Vero Beach to the Keys. Something Ilian and her family would like to see change.
The pain that I have, that my siblings have, no one should have that.
But just last year, Florida was third in the nation with 221 work-related deaths, leaving countless family members coping as best they can. Do you have a new normal yet, or are you still working on getting there?
No, every day is a different normal. There is no normal.
Mary just celebrated her 23rd wedding anniversary. She spent it alone, mourning the day Russell died, cherishing the day they met.
Met at a dinner party. He tapped me on the shoulder to ask me to dance, and that was when I met Russ. We were never separated from that night.
Something she hoped would always be the case. All right, now we asked Shoreline Foundation and Central Florida Equipment Rentals to participate in this story. Both declined because of litigation over the accidents that we've discussed. Federal lawmakers just passed a budget that will raise OSHA's fines by 80%, making the new